Hi guys, so in this video I want to talk to you about a few different problems you can have with Crassulas and how you can recognize which problems those are. So here I have a Crassula brevifolia, which is a really cute Crassula, and it's really has really struggled this summer. We had a lot of rain and humidity, and I want to show you how edema looks like on a Crassula brevifolia and some other succulents. The leaf splits like this one here. And edema doesn't have to kill your plant, but if you ignore the problem and continue overwatering, it will. So that means that at some point this plant has been overwatered, even though I have been very careful. Sometimes this happens. This plant also has some type of fungus, and I want to zoom in to show you. Here is another place where edema, you can see edema, but I don't know if you can see here these little black dots. They're not quite like the color, like the coloring on the leaves. It's a little bit more black. So I've been noticing black spots and also some brown spots. So I hope this plant will survive. I do have a little one too, so I've been trying to propagate some of the tops. That's why some of them look a little bit different than the other ones, but it's all the same plant, so I'm gonna just have to pay more attention to it. These guys, last year I had a lot of problem with fungus, so I have almost not watered during the summer, very little, and I think it's doing pretty good. This one has done really well. And then these guys, I can tell you, this is Crassula deceptor. It actually doesn't have any spots and seems not to have etiolation. And I think this particular kind, if you tolerates better shade. And this one also, this is Columella, does not like direct sun. So these are two Crassulas that might do well when you don't have full sun all the time. This little guy that I brought from Serbia, one cutting actually rooted, and I split it. It was split in half, and it continued growing. Has some minimal spots here, brown. That's probably due to a lot of humidity. So when you have a lot of humidity and rain, you might get these brownish little spots. Let me show you a few more problems that you can have with Crassulas and how am I gonna fix them. So on my Crassula string of buttons, I have noticed some black mold. I have actually wiped quite a bit, so I hope I can find some examples to show you. Hope you can see some black here. And you can clean it up. It's a little bit sticky when you touch it, but it can be wiped off. This is actually the least harmful fungus. It's result of mealybugs presence or aphids, because they produce or discharge honeydew, and then that black mold feeds on that honeydew. So what I'm gonna do with this string of buttons is give it a nice wash and to clean it up, and also I'm gonna check for mealybugs, because I did notice a few places where they were cotton balls for mealybugs. So alright guys, I found some mealybugs here, so I can show you how they look like. I didn't have a lot of mealybugs, but you see these white fuzzy areas here? That's mealybugs. I didn't have a lot of them this year, so that was kind of good. But yeah, this particular area doesn't look very good. It's kind of, I don't know if this is a burn or too much mixed with the problem of having too much water at some point, and also having some mealybugs, but yeah, definitely need some cleaning up. Here's another good example of black mold. You can see it here. I had leaves that had much more intense black, like this one, but it was a few days ago and I was cleaning it, so I don't have a lot of them to show. But here you can wipe it, and it's sticky. It's very sticky, kind of like you have some kind of honey layer on top of it. That's the sign you have that black mold that feeds on honeydew from the pests. Here might be a little mealybug over there, and there it is. That's why you see, guys, there is a mealybug, a little white cotton ball. So this will need some spraying and cleaning up, but overall this, I noticed with mature plants, they tend to fight better fungus, tend to fight better pests, and also there are some variety of plants that are a little bit more resistant than others. Then I have another type of string of buttons, some kind of Crassula, maybe a hybrid. You can see the difference. It's a little bit more blue and it's a little bit smaller than my string of buttons, and it has etiolated a lot. So most of the people know what etiolation is, but for those that are hearing this first time, it means that your succulent didn't have enough sunlight and it was stretching in an attempt to get more sun, and as a result of that stretching, the space between leaves is a little bit bigger than what it should be. So you can see here the spacing is a lot less than here, and what I'm gonna do to fix it is I'm gonna probably cut off a lot of these tops and propagate them, and they're gonna just double branch like it's happening here. These are all branches that were attacked by caterpillar that I cut off. And then you're gonna have like maybe 2 branches or sometimes even 3 branches growing. And then it's also opportunity to propagate and maybe share your plants or sell them. So I just cut some of these etiolated branches on this Crassula string of buttons hybrid of some kind, and here they are. I dip them into the rooting hormone and place them in a pot. And I'm actually going to vacation, so I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, but I think they're going to root during that time. And here I just gave a good spraying shower to this Crassulas string of buttons. I also sprayed some of the areas with alcohol that had mealybugs, and I think it's gonna be alright. So that black mold was kind of cleaned off from most of the places that I have seen, and yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Hope this was helpful information for you, and see you in the next video.